Great. So good morning, SUNY Adirondack, and thank you all so much for joining us this morning. My name is Brandon Aldis, and I'm the Coordinator of Career Readiness in the Office of Business Central. I'm so excited to be your MC for this morning's Community Hour and Employee Recognition Ceremony. It's certainly been a wild ride for all of us, and just having passed my one-year mark at the college, I cannot begin to share with all of you how proud I am to work at an educational institution that banded so well together to create something we have never done before. We put students first, we put our fears and hesitations aside, and we did what needed to be done to allow for success in a time when the odds were stacked against us. I am so proud to be a member of the team here at SUNY Adirondack. When I interviewed a little over a year ago, John Jablonski said to me, "Community is our middle name." From what I've seen in the last 8 weeks, truer words have never been spoken. We are a community. We are capable of anything. We are SUNY Adirondack. As we begin our virtual celebration of a year of accomplishments, and in one gentleman's case, 45 years of accomplishments, I want us to take a moment and reflect on why we're here in this moment right now. Typically, we would gather in Scoville, grab snacks outside in the hallway, celebrate, and catch up. Right now, we can't gather, let alone the fact that Scoville has no seats in it. We've all been affected by COVID-19 in different ways, but never doubt that we are a community. As we've heard a million times from every company we're connected to via email or social media, we are all in this together. Now, I think we can all agree that some good has come from this too. College Assembly has become so popular that IT had to up the limit of participants for our Zoom calls. Also, have you seen some of the Saturday Night Live at Home sketches? Some of them are pretty darn good and very relatable. My personal favorites are their Zoom staff meetings, but it leads me getting a little distracted in my own staff meetings. Who would play me from the SNL cast? But just in case I get a call for a cameo, I've been working on my dad jokes. So you ready? What is the best type of joke to tell during quarantine? An inside joke. I know my jokes aren't that great, but that's what the writers are for, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great presentation for you today. Chris Duffy is here. We've got Mindy Wilson, Party Patty, Joe Tennyson, Sarah LaRue, Heidi Durkee, Danielle Brown, and a couple of others. And knowing how many of us have kids or pets, probably a few special guests as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Community Hour coming together at home. And live from her own home office, Dr. Chris Duffy.
Woo! Well, Brandon, nice job. I've got my cup of coffee. I followed instructions. So thank you. And so we're up to 170 participants, yet another record for us to celebrate during COVID-19. So thank you all for being here. It's such a thrill to see so many of you, even if you're in little boxes or if we just see your icon or your phone number, we're really glad that you joined us today. And thank you for taking time out to join us and celebrate as a community. A special thanks to any of our trustees who are on the call today. Their support and leadership is critical to our success, so thank you for joining us. You know, each year we come together around this time to celebrate, to participate in some professional growth, and recognize our employees for distinguished service. This year, we wrapped it all into one event, and believe it or not, in 1 hour. So thanks to the PPC, not to be confused with the PPE, the Party Planning Committee, we might be actually on to something new here, so thank you. But before we move on to all this well-deserved recognition, I do want to take a moment, since I have you, to update you on Advance 80K, because I know that's on everyone's minds of what's coming next. So as I'm sure you are following, it's almost impossible to keep up with hundreds of articles and task forces and reimagine groups that exist in New York and of course around the country, as everyone is trying their hardest to figure out a safe fall 2020 reopening strategy. And you know, I hate to even say reopening. It's not like we haven't been open. We've just been open in a different way, but I think you understand what I mean. So as of today, in fact, we're wrapping up phase 1 of our Advance 80K reopening process. And thank you again to Marcel Millette for leading that effort with a committee of our governance and our labor leaders and president staff to just start gathering information from all of you. And I want to thank you for participating as questions went out to you. We wanted to best understand what's worked well, what didn't work well, what could we learn from the past 8 or 9 weeks as we start putting our plans in place for the coming fall. The academic leadership simultaneously has been talking about, of course, our different instruction delivery scenarios, and they'll be reconvening next week to develop their set of recommendation. And all of this is in parallel with work groups that exist at SUNY. And we also have a group that's specifically looking right now at just our physical spaces. Regardless of how we deliver our instruction in the fall, we want to better understand traffic through our buildings. How can we manage that to ensure social distancing and density reduction? So simultaneous work is going on, and the goal is to bring all this data and guidance from the groups that are in place right now to the president's staff that will be discussing that and bringing forward at least our initial thoughts to the board at their May 28th meeting. You know, I know our students are anxious to know what we plan to do, and you all are anxious, and rightly so, in wanting to understand what we plan to do so that you can plan, and I completely understand that. And I think we can get to an overarching framework pretty soon, and I've been setting my sight on or around June 1st. Not all the details, of course, will be worked out or finalized at that point, but at least the general direction. But I say this with a special note of caution. Of course, the health and safety of you and our students is the primary driver of any of our decisions. And of course, the governor and our local county health officials will help guide our reopening plans. I currently sit on the Warren County Economic Recovery Task Force, which is a group made up of county officials and business leaders to help develop our strategies for reopening. As you know, the state plan at this point is to reopen by region based on 7 criteria that's being constantly monitored around testing protocols, hospitalization, utilization, and you know, amount of cases that are coming up on a daily basis. Right now, we are part of the Capital Region, as much as some people wish we were part of the North Country or the Adirondack region, but we are part of the Capital Region, and right now the Capital Region is not scheduled to reopen in phase 1, at least as of today. And that will be continued to be monitored. And not to get too far into the governor's, all of the governor's guidance, and some of you may be following what now is becoming kind of the national rock star, Andrew Cuomo's press conferences on a daily basis, but a lot of information is shared at that. But generally there's 4 phases of the reopening strategy, and currently education falls within phase 4. So we've got a ways to go in terms of being able to create our plans, but the good news is we have some time to create, I think, a solid plan for the fall. And as I said, at least having an initial framework is the goal within the next couple weeks. I also expect that SUNY will be asking to see our plans pretty soon, and those will also be reviewed most likely with the governor's office as well. So I wanted to just give this opportunity to let you know where we stand in our planning, and again, appreciate all the input that you've provided and will continue to provide as these plans advance. And you know, just your continued patience is really appreciated. You know, if I had the answer, I would give it to you. I promise you that. Our best answer is going to be guided by the expertise that we can gain from not only you, but of course our health officials, and that will be our primary focus, is your health and the health and safety of our students. So just stay tuned, and we will be in touch with you. I recognize that for those of you who may not be teaching this summer, you may not be checking your email quite as regularly. We'll try to continue to update you as much as I can through email, but we may also schedule some potentially town hall-ish types of opportunities such as this, where it seems like we get some really good participation, so that we can make sure we keep you apprised of information as it becomes available. I would only provide one other caveat to that. There are times, and we experienced it back in March when the announcement came from the governor that we were moving to an online format. Sometimes other entities get a little ahead of us, so please recognize that we'll do our best to make sure you are the first to know as decisions are made going forward. So that's the only serious component of today. The rest of the opportunity for our hour is to celebrate and to have some opportunities to thank you and also recognize all the great work this community does every day, but certainly in a time where you know, a lot of uncertainty and anxiety. And I'm so proud of every single one of you for rising above all of that and doing the good work that you're doing. So with that, I will end and I will turn it back over to our MC, Brandon. So Brandon, it's your turn. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. We also just wanted an opportunity to provide a special thanks to the COVID-19 response team. This team has been meeting roughly every day to go over what the college will do next and how that's going to impact all of us. So thank you to this team of individuals who's been working hard to keep us safe, keep us informed, and keep us moving forward. So next up. So thank you, Dr. Duffy, for that. Thank you to the COVID-19 response team. Our next presenter, in my eyes, is well known for embracing the Make Their Day practice of the FISH philosophy. I introduce to you our Event Services Coordinator, Sarah LaRue.
Thank you, Brandon. The FISH philosophy, as you know, is comprised of 4 practices: be there, play, make their day, and choose your attitude. Many of you know Erin Kravitsky as our in-house FISH philosophy extraordinaire. While we made our pivot to online platforms, Erin took the proactive step to create an online FISH wish form. It allows employees to send FISH wishes virtually to colleagues. And to date, 28 virtual FISH wishes have been sent. Thank you, Erin, for being there, implementing a new tool, and allowing all of us to make someone's day by sending a virtual FISH wish. Each year, we recognize a staff member with the FISH Award. I'd like to welcome Dr. Duffy back to recognize the honoree.
Thank you, Sarah. So as you know, for the past few years, we've awarded the FISH Award to an individual or even a group who exemplify the FISH philosophy as Sarah just described. This year it was easy. Whether with students, colleagues, or the public, each of you have exemplified the FISH spirit by being there when we needed you, poking some fun when you could, play, making their day with many, many small acts and big acts of support, and most importantly, choosing your attitude and approaching this upside down world with positivity, even when it wasn't easy. So this year's awardee is all of you. You have each earned the FISH Award, and you will receive a FISH wish soon. And there's our FISH to say congratulations, SUNY 80K. Every single one of you are our FISH awardees this year. So thank you so much for everything that you've done.
Thank you, Dr. Duffy. During these unprecedented times, members of our community have found ways to provide hope, uplift spirits, and spread joy with acts of kindness. Patty Jo Tennyson delivered 30 specialty bagged lunches for Saratoga Hospital Radiology. She also provided luncheons to employees at a local daycare center and to the staff at Hudson Headwaters Health Network in Greenwich. Thank you, Patty Jo, for your acts of kindness. The SUNY Adirondack Nursing Division, under the direction of Kim Headley, donated masks, gowns, and gloves to Glens Falls Hospital and Saratoga Hospital at the start of the COVID-19 crisis. Thank you, Kim, to you and your team for your generosity. The Adventure Sports Club purchased 102 trees totaling $200 from the Warren County Soil and Water Conservation District during Earth Week. 7 varieties were planted on campus by Emily Kane and Mike DiFilippo in an effort to offset our carbon footprint. Thank you, Adventure Sports Club, Emily and Mike, for your sustainable efforts. When campus was closed in March, the college farm had a surplus of fresh produce from the indoor winter growing season. A good neighbor in Salem purchased the produce, which was then donated to the elderly and others in the community who were unable to leave their homes. Special thanks to Samantha Sprague, who harvested, washed, and delivered the produce. Thank you, Tim Sherbatskoy and Samantha Sprague, for leading this effort. Heidi Durkee organized a ceremony honoring Mary LePan on May 6th in Crandall Park. The gathering included SUNY Adirondack colleagues and marked the 2-year anniversary of her passing. Nick Bettino gave a short tribute and participants shared memorable stories of Mary's work at the college. Thank you, Heidi. In April, in collaboration with Meal Train, the business club donated 2 $150 gift cards for Target and DoorDash to a local family in need. The family is indefinitely hosting 7 children who tragically lost their mom. The addition of 7 children has brought the family's household total to 4 adults and 15 children. Thank you, Business Club, for taking care of our neighbors. We know there are many more stories showing acts of kindness just like these. Thank you to all of you who are doing wonderful works behind the scenes to support each other and our community. To present our next segment, our very own good neighbor, I welcome Patty Jo Tennyson, Administrative Assistant of the Office of Administration.
Okay.
Brandon, shall I continue?
I'm here.
I was looking to see if Patty would, there you are.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. Everyone deserves a pick-me-up every now and again, and a good job, well, when we've done a good job. Our colleagues and our students feel the same way. I'm excited to share with you some successes and shout outs as students and colleagues sing your praises. From a thankful student, can we get a shout out to Professor Birch? She adapted and worked with all of us students, young and adults, and taught beyond the syllabus and helped us through this unprecedented time in many of our lives. She is a blessing. We also asked students to share their favorite class of the semester. Kudos to Lisa Grant. The student wrote, English 101 with Lisa Grant, an amazing teacher that everyone should get to know. When we asked students to share words that described faculty, send shout outs to specific faculty members, we received the following. Our students overwhelmingly described faculty as caring, funny, accommodating, elite, understanding, hardworking, and even super cool. One student wrote, Dr. Kelly Hatton has been enthusiastic, accessible, organized, updated in technology and related topics, and has been an excellent mentor. Great work, Kelly. Another writes, Professor Durkee is genuine, intelligent, and caring. She answered any questions I had in depth to make sure I fully understood. She would do anything for someone to make sure they succeed in their goals. Speaking of Professor Durkee, I'd like to welcome Heidi Durkee, Professor of Business, to present our next segment.
Thank you, Patty, and good morning, everyone. A simple thank you can go a long way. In a message from the Director of Student Success, Jenny Postlewaite, to the Student Success Advisor team, she writes, the Student Success Advisors and Response team members quickly turned into Blackboard tech support, Spectrum Wi-Fi tech support, AT&T and Verizon sales teams, and patiently listened to students vent their frustrations over this uncontrollable situation. They encourage students to stay positive, stick with it, and help them connect with faculty and other campus resources when they were nervous or unsure of how to do so. So for our entire campus community, thank you. to the Student Success team for stepping up, playing more than your part, and aiding in the success of our students. We are an educational institution, so let me quiz you quickly on some fun facts. Did you know that 6 years ago, in 2014, the Winter Olympics were hosted in Sochi, Russia? Germany won the World Cup, and the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge was the internet sensation of the year, spreading like wildfire through social media and raising more than $100 million for research to find a cure for ALS. All great fun Snapple facts, right? Well, in 2014, the SUNY Adirondack team also gained a hardworking individual committed to researching the truth and finding solutions, though I'm not sure she would commit to raising $100 million. Here to present the Years of Service Awards and Promotions, our Associate Vice President of Human Resources and Payroll, Ms. Mindy Wilson.
Thank you, Heidi. Good morning. So Google defines dedicate as devote time, effort, or oneself to a particular task or purpose. As an organization, we truly appreciate all that each of you do on a daily basis. Today, we recognize those who have dedicated themselves to the college for the last 5 to 45 years. 5 years ago, in 2015, 2 prisoners, David Sweat and Richard Matt, escaped from Clinton County Correctional Facility in Dannemora, setting surrounding counties into lockdown as the 3-week manhunt begun. The Supreme Court made a landmark decision allowing same-sex couples to marry nationwide. NASA confirmed the presence of water on Mars, and the following individuals began their journey at SUNY Adirondack: Matthew Atkinson, Anna Backus, Joseph Bethel, Melissa Blackmer, Myrna Buxton, Eric Conduzio, Richard Catone, Chelsea Foster, Victor Gonzalez, Charles Harrington, John Jablonski, Aaron Kravitsky, Linda Pasamato, Corey Seymour, and Thomas Silburn. 10 years ago, in 2010, Apple Computer unveiled the first iPad tablet computer. Snowmageddon hit the East Coast in February 2010, dropping over 40 inches of snow in less than 1 week. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg was labeled Person of the Year by Time magazine, and the following people started their career at SUNY Adirondack: John Arpey, Lisa Dester, Jenny Postlethwaite, Steve Trevlekis, and Charlene Woods. 15 years ago, in 2005, Hurricane Katrina slammed the Southeast and was the costliest hurricane in US history. YouTube was founded. The average cost of a gallon of gas was $3.18 per gallon. And the following people began their career at SUNY Adirondack: Mark Geis, John Hampshire, Joanne Mulcaney, Dave Matthews, Clint McCarthy, Nick Pajo, Mike Pretzman, and Lydia Treadway. 20 years ago, in the year 2000, the cost of the US postage stamp was 33 cents. The Summer Olympic Games were held in Sydney, Australia. The final New Peanuts comic strip was published in February of 2000. And these fine folks joined the team at SUNY Adirondack: Doug Gollin, Kim Hughes, Jana Marella, and Kelly Hatton. 25 years ago, in 1995, Michael Jordan returned to the NBA, rejoining the Chicago Bulls. Steve Fawcett became the first person to make a solo flight across the Pacific Ocean in a hot air balloon. Online auction and shopping website eBay was founded. And we didn't bid for them on eBay, but the following individuals chose on their own accord to join the SUNY Adirondack team and have been here since: Jessica Dixon, Joyce Miller, and Terry Ronning. 30 years ago, in the year 1990, NASA launched the Hubble Space Telescope. The Simpsons aired on Fox for the first time. The Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy was closed to the public due to safety concerns of it falling over. This was also the year that Hope Moses joined our team. "35 years ago, in the year 1985, Nintendo released the Nintendo Entertainment System. The first .com was registered and the first version of Windows was released, version 1.0. Michael Jordan was named NBA's Rookie of the Year. And these individuals, rookies then, but incredible professionals now, started their careers at SUNY Adirondack. Margaret Durka, Anthony Kalangi, and Pete Townsend. 40 years ago, in the year 1980, the Rubik's Cube puzzle toy debuted internationally. CNN launched as the first 24-hour news network available to cable subscribers in the US and Canada. Post-it notes hit the market. And the US Olympic ice hockey team made history at the Lake Placid Winter Olympics, beating the Soviet Union for the gold medal. It now known as the Miracle on Ice. In this year, someone with a heart much warmer than the ice on Lake Placid joined our team, Beth Fowler. 45 years ago, in 1975, VHS tapes were released by JVC. The original Jaws movie was released. Tiger Woods and Angelina Jolie were born. Good Times was one of the most popular shows on television. And having a good time every day since then here at SUNY Adirondack is John Panaccio. Congratulations to all of our Years of Service awardees. And now I'd like to congratulate those who have been promoted or have moved into new roles at the college during the last year. Danielle Brown was promoted from Marketing and Communications Coordinator to Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving. The following individuals were promoted from Associate Professor to Professor: John Arpey, Christine O'Connor, and Bert Rauert. And the following individuals were promoted from Instructor to Assistant Professor: Nick Amadon, Emily Goodspeed, and Justin Pasucci. To all those recognized, thank you for your continued support, dedication, and commitments to SUNY Adirondack. You're examples of everything we hope to achieve day in and day out. Thank you. I now welcome back Dr. Duffy to present some very prestigious awards.
Thank you, Mindy, and congratulations for all of our employees who've given us so many good years of service. It's always good fun to hear what happened 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So thank you for putting that together. So the Chancellor's Awards for Excellence are SUNY system level honors conferred to acknowledge and provide system-wide recognition for consistently superior professional achievement and to encourage the ongoing pursuit of excellence. It is my honor to announce SUNY Adirondack's Chancellor's Awards for Excellence honorees. The first recipient is the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Scholarship and Creative Activities, and it's awarded to Dr. Tim Shabbatskoy, Professor of Biology. Said about Tim by his colleagues and students: Dr. Shabbatskoy is passionate and committed. His expertise helped us receive a sizable gift from a local donor who believed in the work of Dr. Shabbatskoy, and it led to the creation of an agricultural curriculum, developing and offering educational activities to inform sustainable farming practices, and afforded equipment purchases to support the effort. Under Tim's direction, the college was awarded the Warren County Farm of the Year. Congratulations again, Tim, for receiving the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Scholarship and Creative Activities. The Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching is awarded to Jill Randall, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. Here's what Jill's colleagues and students have to say about her. Jill has proven herself to be an outstanding teacher and tireless advocate for our diverse student population. She continuously looks for new opportunities to improve success outcomes, engage in emerging and promising pedagogical practices, and remains a persistent advocate for our students' needs. Congratulations again, Jill, for receiving the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching. The Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Faculty Service is awarded to John Arpey, Professor of Business. Colleagues have noted John has given us 110% every day he interacts with students, his colleagues, and the community. His service on committees, task forces, new project initiatives, and strategic planning makes him an outstanding candidate for this award. He has gone above and beyond in every way to be a shining ambassador of the college. Congratulations again, John, for earning the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Faculty Service. Yeah, I get to clap while everyone, you can hear my clap. New this year is the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Adjunct Teaching, and it's awarded to Elke Hoff Kenyon, Special Adjunct in History. Said about Elke, she is a SUNY Adirondack graduate herself and began her distinguished teaching career with us in 2007. She has instructed American history and Western civilization coursework, the breadth of which has been unmatched in our social science division. Dr. Hoff Kenyon has also substituted for colleagues whenever called upon, has generously shared her research with colleagues, and has represented her division performing committee work. Dr. Hoff Kenyon's career at SUNY Adirondack has been exemplary. Congratulations again on receiving the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Adjunct Teaching. The Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Services is awarded to Laura Baker, messenger and deliverer of happiness. Said about Laura, Laura consistently demonstrates diligence, trustworthiness, and compassion in her position on campus. She gets to know her coworkers on a more personal level to provide an admirable level of customer service. She takes time out of her busy day to notice others around her and ensure they are taken care of. When I first met Laura, she introduced herself and explained her job responsibilities. She smiled throughout the entire conversation and said, "I'll always deliver the mail with a smile." I think we can all attest that Laura has most certainly kept her promise. Congratulations, Laura, on receiving the Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Classified Service. SUNY also recognizes students for their excellence, hard work, and determination with the Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. This year, those awards were given to Sarah Canonpour, Liberal Arts and Science, Humanities and Social Science major. Sarah was born and raised in Africa. Sarah immigrated to our country with her family to seek a better life. With little English skills in 2012, Sarah has now achieved the Dean's List at SUNY Adirondack. She's an EOP scholar, and Sarah has demonstrated excellence in and out of the classroom and is well deserving of this honor. Congratulations, Sarah. Edward Ryan, substance abuse counseling major. Edward returned to college at the age of 54 after enduring many difficult years in his life. While working on his degree, Edward volunteered multiple hours in agencies that support those in recovery, and he had achieved 2 semesters with a 4.0 GPA. Sadly, Edward lost his life in January. However, Edward was recognized posthumously by SUNY, and his family has been awarded in his honor the Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. Congratulations to all of those recognized for their incredible work with the Chancellor's Award for Excellence. Next, I'd like to recognize those individuals who have earned the President's Award for Excellence. These awards of distinction are also awarded based on peer nominations. The President's Award for Support and Confidential Staff is awarded to Emily Kane, Faculty Secretary in the MEX Division. Said about Emily, Emily is proactive and continually looks for ways to help her colleagues. Emily is passionate about learning new tasks. Her ability and willingness to recognize a need and coordinate an effort will result in greater efficiency moving forward. Congratulations, Emily, for receiving the President's Award for Support and Confidential Staff. The President's Award for Teaching Junior Faculty is awarded to Kim Feeney London, Assistant Professor of Business. Said about Kim, with her significant experience as an entrepreneur, Kim brings considerable inspiration to her business courses and the agricultural business program. One student noted, London has sought to raise students to a higher standard of learning by engaging us directly in the conversation. The committee was amazed at how much Kim does to serve the community and the college and to connect the students' work and their courses to the world beyond their homework. Congratulations, Kim, for receiving the President's Award for Teaching Junior Faculty. The President's Award for Administrative Service is awarded to Mary Aldis, Director of Registration and Records and the Registrar. Said about Mary, she leads by being among the finest examples of a true professional in higher education. She has served as an extraordinary role model to both her staff and college professionals. Mary is a team player and is dedicated to enhancing communications with the college community in all aspects of the registrar's duties. She is intelligent, conscientious, self-motivated, and responsible, with commitment, extreme knowledge, drive, loyalty, and dedication to SUNY Adirondack. Thank you, Mary, for being that role model, and congratulations on receiving the President's Award for Administrative Service. Congratulations again to all of those who received a President's Award for Excellence. Our next award is Distinguished Service Award, and this year I am pleased to honor our Director of Student Success, Jenny Postlewaite, with the Distinguished Service Award. Jenny's leadership and tireless work ethic resulted in the Student Success Center becoming the lead online student support network during the transition to virtual classes due to the COVID-19 health crisis. Jenny also completely transformed the new student onboarding program for fall 2020 from the accepted student day on-campus model to virtual placement testing and advising appointments. Prior to this, Jenny, in partnership with Information Technology Services, successfully launched the Starfish Retention Solutions Early Alert Program, and utilization of Starfish by faculty and staff has also played a critical role in student support services this past spring. Jenny leads a great team of student success and faculty academic advisors. She is student-focused, extremely skilled, and a consummate professional. Congratulations, Jenny, on receiving this year's Distinguished Service Award. Finally, where would our students be without the guiding light of their advisors? And it's time now to recognize our Advisors of the Year. This year's Faculty Advisor of the Year had many kind words provided to us by his advisees. He is always very helpful in helping me through picking classes, making schedules, and was also my teacher in many classes. He is an excellent professor. He has reached out to me and answered all the questions I have had. I am pleased to present the Faculty Advisor of the Year Award to Clint McCarthy. Every person on the student success team has done an incredible job supporting our students through this transition. That being said, there can only be one Student Success Advisor of the Year, and I'm pleased to present the Student Success Advisor of the Year Award to Casey Jobe. Casey also had many kind words said about him. He helps the students. My college experience has been far from easy, but he has helped me by recommending classes he thinks I will do well in and has encouraged me to not give up. He has helped me significantly with the smooth transition to college life and has always been there with an email or a walk-in for anything I need. Congratulations, Casey. I want to thank all the committees who gather these recommendations and make the difficult decisions to recommend our recipients. And congratulations to all of you, all of our awardees for this year who clearly live the college's values and community spirit. Thank you for all you do. And now, Brandon, it's back to you.
Thank you, Chris. And again, congratulations to all those who are awarded and honored here today. For our final award of the day, I would like to welcome our Director of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving, Danielle Brown.
Thank you, Brandon. Our final award today is one we like to call the Leader of the Pack Award. Dr. Duffy, you lead by example with your positivity, your generosity, and your tireless efforts. You don't just inspire us, you empower us. You make room for all of us to bring our talents and passions to the table. In the past, Community Day has been a day where you bring us together to celebrate us, lift us up, and inspire us. Today, we hope that we can do the same for you. During a time that has been challenging and uncertain in so many ways, your leadership, empathy, and support have never wavered. You show up for us, you show up for our students, and we hope you know how grateful and proud we are to have you as our president. You have prepared us for the challenges ahead, and we are confident that with your guidance, we will work together to come out of this on the other side better than ever. Thank you, Dr. Duffy, for being the leader of the pack.
Well, now you got me. So thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I can only be a great leader when I have great people around me. And so thanks to all of you for everything that you do to make my job easy most of the time. But thank you so much. I really appreciate the shout out. You know, our world may feel really upside down right now. And although we rationally know that it will not last forever, but the uncertainty remains. But what you can count on is the commitment of your colleagues to not just do their jobs, but do them with distinction and caring. And although we recognized a few of our extraordinaires today, I find comfort knowing that we are part of this community and one that will be even stronger in the months and years to come. Let's remember our commitment to each other for the good of the community. And I look forward to the next time we can gather. Be healthy, stay strong, and remember, we are in this together. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. And I just want to throw it out there that the little committee that planned this event kept that a secret from Chris until it was just awarded, which meant multiple copies of this presentation, multiple copies of this script. So to be able to keep a secret even virtually, I'm pretty excited that that worked out. So, and I'm even more excited that we flew through the script and the presentation all within the hour. So you know what? Kudos to all of you for how fast you speak and keeping on, and keeping us where we needed to be. So before we officially end today, our committee has a quick gift for all of you, designed by Danielle Brown. Also, shout out to Danielle Brown for putting together this entire presentation within just a couple of days to make sure that we had something to kind of go along with what was happening today. So it wasn't just words, we had some interactive things. So whether you were watching via Zoom or listening to us on your phone, hopefully you found value in what we were doing here today. So The Great Realization is a social media video that came out not too long ago, and our committee feels that it beautifully summarizes what many of us are feeling right now and what the entire world is going through. We'd like to play it for you now, but you can't share video through Zoom screen share. The audio and picture would be jumbled and not match, and if any of you have Hulu, it glitches all the time and drives me nuts, so I didn't want to do that to you. So Danielle will be playing the video she created for us while I play the audio. Take note that the pictures in the video are all linked to SUNY Adirondack, either from our own photographers, student photographers, some family photos we had on our cell phones, whatever the case may be. None of what you will see are stock photos at all. Please take this moment to mute your microphones if you haven't done so. Turn the sound all the way up on your computer or your phone and enjoy. And don't worry, if you're calling in today, we promise that you'll find as much meaning in the words alone, even without the video. So give us just a second. Danielle and I have to scoot some things around to make this work. Danielle, you should be able to share your screen now.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hold on.
Tell me the one about the virus again, then I'll go to bed.
But my boy, you're growing weary, sleepy thoughts about your head.
Please, that one's my favorite. I promise just once more.
Okay, snuggle down, my boy, though I know you know full well. The story starts before then, in a world I once would dwell. It was a world of waste and wonder, of poverty and plenty, back before we understood why hindsight's 2020. You see, the people came up with companies to trade across all lands, but they swelled and got much bigger than we ever could have planned. We'd always had our wants, but now it got so quick. You could have anything you dreamed of in a day, and with a click. We noticed families had stopped talking. That's not to say they never spoke, but the meaning must have melted, and the work-life balance broke. And the children's eyes grew squarer, and every toddler had a phone. They filtered out the imperfections, but amidst the noise, they felt alone. And every day the skies grew thicker, till you couldn't see the stars. So we flew in planes to find them, while down below, we filled our cars. We'd drive around all day in circles. We'd forgotten how to run. We swapped the grass for tarmac, shrunk the parks till there were none. We filled the sea with plastic, because our waste was never capped, until each day when you went fishing, you'd pull them out, already wrapped. And while we drank and smoked and gambled, our leaders taught us why. It's best to not upset the lobbies, more convenient to die. But then in 2020, a new virus came our way. The governments reacted and told us all to hide away. But while we all were hidden, amidst the fear and all the while, the people dusted off their instincts. They remembered how to smile. They started clapping to say thank you and calling up their mums. And while the car keys gathered dust, they would look forward to their runs. And with the skies less full of voyagers, the earth began to breathe, and the beaches bore new wildlife that scuttled off into the seas. Some people started dancing, some were singing, some were baking. We'd grown so used to bad news, but some good news was in the making. And so when we found the cure and were allowed to go outside, we all preferred the world we found to the one we'd left behind. Old habits became extinct, and they made way for the new. And every simple act of kindness was now given its due.
But why did it take a virus to bring the people back together?
Well, sometimes you've got to get sick, my boy, before you start feeling better. Now lie down and dream of tomorrow and all the things that we can do. And who knows, if you dream hard enough, maybe some of them will come true. We now call it the Great Realization. And yes, since then there have been many. But that's the story of how it started and why hindsight's 2020.
Awesome. Thank you so much for putting that together, Danielle. I guess we forgot to tell everyone to grab a tissue beforehand, but hopefully you've got one nearby. We really felt that that video really summed up everything that's going on. We all miss campus. We miss getting to interact with each other. We miss getting to see our families, our friends, but we're here, and who knows, we'll be even stronger when we get back together. So Danielle, thank you so much for taking the time to put that together, and we hope that you all enjoyed. So thank you all so much for participating in today's event. I want to take a quick moment and thank the self-proclaimed Party Planning Committee for putting this all together. Patty Jo Tennyson, Danielle Brown, Heidi Durkee, and Sarah LaRue. I also want to thank a few others who stepped up to help with different pieces of today's event and made it happen, including Amy Stevens, Deb Clevenger, Mindy Wilson, and Kathy Drislane. So thank you all for joining us for Community Hour, coming together at home. Next up, we hope that you'll hang up this call and join us for some informal, unstructured networking after. It's just an opportunity for us to hang out and catch up with each other. And it's sort of meant to kind of fill that void. You know, normally we would get up and walk out into the hallway outside of Scoville Auditorium, have some snacks and catch up with each other. We clearly won't get that opportunity. So we built this breakout session as an opportunity to do just that. So if you pre-registered, great, you already have the link. If you didn't pre-register, we would still love if you had some time in your day and wanted to join us. I just pasted that link and the information in the chat box. So feel free to join us and we will pop you into a room. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. Be well, be safe, stay healthy, and hopefully we see you all in person soon.
Great job, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for popping over with us. We'll give it just a minute for people to hang up and switch links, maybe use the restroom. So we'll give it just a second for everyone to jump in.